Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Tinesha Davis. This is the Fun and Budget Act, and I took my braids out. So I just have like a poof going, got some good old gray hair going. And this is what it is right now. Alright, we're gonna stop messing with all of that. Oh my goodness. Okay. In this video, I am jumping in on a collab that's already going on. And this is, I believe, well, I seen it on her channel first. So this is courtesy of Rochelle over at Healthy Budget Travel Love. In that order. No. So go check out her YouTube channel. And we are going to be talking about some best practices for our finances and for our mental health. All right. So in this video, we are going to discuss, let's see, there's 8 questions in this tag, and I'm going to do my best to answer them, because I'm going to tell you, these questions are not the easiest questions. They actually take a little bit of thought, but ain't nobody got time to be thinking. So we're going to answer them off the cuff and see how we do. Okay, so question number 1. What is happiness to you? Do you have to spend money to achieve happiness? Okay. Any of you who have been around here long enough already know that money and happiness for me do not go hand in hand. And this is why I think I am so successful at living a fabulous life on a budget, because it is not about the dollar for me. I truly enjoy the bottom line. I truly enjoy doing what I want and finding the best price possible to do that. Now, the best price possible may not be what somebody considers cheap, and at the same time, it may not be what somebody considers expensive. It is what I find when I do my own market research, and I just never want to pay a lot for that burger. You know, I want to find, like, if you say the price is $200, let's see how we can get it for $190 or $180 or whatever. And if we can't get it for that, we just gonna go ahead and we're gonna bless them with $200, because to me, money is energy and abundance is energy. So if you want your money right, get your energy surrounding that conversation of money right. Happiness for me is truly a state of mind. A lot of you know that I do a daily practice with some of my best girlfriends, and we write a daily gratitude list and we send it to one another, or we get on the phone and we talk it out. In every situation, no matter how great it is, we love to just milk it for all that it's worth and just go over the details, like, oh, then this happened, and this happened, and the better it gets, the better it truly gets. And even if it's not our most ideal situation, we still like to get out there and pull out the positive aspects of that situation. We still like to build a wonderful list of appreciation and know that all is well, and know that at the end of the day, we are so protected. So even in our human mind, when we think we may want something and it doesn't turn out that way, we know that there is a greater plan for our overall wellness. And we do not have that foresight of seeing what's happening in the future. So we know that everything that's happening today is all for our best selves in the future. Did that make any sense? Hit me with a question below if that didn't make any sense, and if you want more clarity on that. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. How can saying yes be good for your budget? It can't. All right, y'all, listen. I am a student of watching human behavior first. And what I find across the board, now of course this isn't for everybody, but for a lot of people, I find that the problem is we tell ourselves yes too often, that we do not exercise delayed gratification. In my life, I found the beautiful art of being in love with delayed gratification. I love it. It's a game for me to make a list of things that I want to buy, and then at the end of the month when I have money left over, actually picking out what I'm going to buy, because of course everything I want may not fit within that price point. So I get to choose what I want to do, and I get to make it fun. And when I get that thing home, I get to appreciate it even more so because I did not just run out and buy it as soon as it popped into my mind. I have the door open, so you're probably going to hear some outdoor noise, but that's what we need for lighting up in this Mickey flick. All right, y'all. So, yeah, I feel that there is a certain art in telling yourself no. I feel that telling ourselves yes too often has been where our budgets have gone wrong. It has been where we always overspend in certain areas, whether it's food, whether it's restaurants, because y'all know we are the kings and queens of justifying a purchase. I see it all the time when I watch budgets. I don't say nothing because nobody asked for my opinion. But if you want my opinion, let me know, because I will give you my real opinion and not just the thumbs up, Tanisha's in the house and I'm watching your video and I just want you to know that I'm here supporting you. But yeah, sometimes I see that we give ourselves a lot of excuses and a lot of permission to do what we probably shouldn't be doing. We're adults. We're grown. The same way you tell your children no, the same way you put boundaries on that parent-child relationship, put some boundaries on yourself, because what I find is that the mind is one big child. And it will go in the way that you have trained it. Let's train our minds to do something different, guys. Number 3, how can you turn stress into productivity? I'm not a believer in stress. I feel like stress is stress because you don't get out ahead of it. I feel that, oh my goodness. All right, this is what I feel when it comes to stress. And this has nothing to do with productivity. But I feel that one exercise you can do when you're truly feeling stressed out is build that list of appreciation. Build a gratitude list. Talk it out in your notebook, in your journal, in your email account with a friend. Build up the positive aspects of whatever it is you think is stressing you out. For instance, in this time right now, a lot of people are experiencing lower income or no income. Very stressful. Very stressful. What can we do about that? Because the fact of the matter is, the world still turns. Fact of the matter is, people still have to eat. The fact of the matter is, bills are still due. What I would do in this case, and I have been in situations like this of low income to no income, but I've always had emergency funds. I've always saved money. So I don't know. See, the way my mind goes is I just can't even go with the downward slope of something. I still find the positive in things. So what I would do is I would say, wow, this is the time, truly the time, to walk around where you are currently living and give appreciation. Like, even though X, Y, and Z, look at all that I have. Look at this roof over my head. Look at the arrangements that I can make. Look at the fact that now more than ever, companies are willing to work with me, whether it's my utility companies, whether it's my rental company, whether it's wherever I owe a bill. They're willing to work with me. I get to get on the phone and I get to tell them my story. I get to tell them what's going on genuinely and sincerely, not as a means of getting over. We have to let that mentality go where we say, hey, now because they will, let me do this. No, if you are abundant, give abundantly. If you have the abundance, go ahead and honor your contracts. But if you don't, use your mouth, use your voice and communicate. And know in your prayers, say, guess what? I am going to be able to connect with the best person out there to help me in this situation. Because we all know that you can call your electricity company and the difference could be a matter of who picked up the phone on the other end. You may have boo-boo honey child over there who ain't even here for this job, who's tired, who's been through some stuff of her own today, and she may not be the best person to talk to. But you may have sweet honey child over there who, you know, is just feeling really good today, has woke up, has been singing, and for some reason just feels like today is her day, and she's gonna extend that feeling, that vibe to you too, and you can get her on the phone. So that is my thing, just knowing that I'm going to build this list first, and I'm going to let God order my steps. I'm going to let divine intervention step into my life, and it's going to help me out, y'all. Yo, even when it's like I don't even have the money to buy all the food I need, guys, there are more organizations now more than ever out there wanting to help people in this situation, in your possible situation. Know that all you got to do is figure out ways to connect with them. It's a matter of discovery, because a lot of things that are out there we don't even know about, but there's somebody who knows about it. So you just go and know, in the building of this list of appreciation, in the building of this list of your positive aspects and all the beautiful things that are going right with your life and all the beautiful help that is out there for you, one way or another, things are going to start falling into place to connect you with who you need to connect with. I am spending a long time answering these questions. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question, number 4, is how can forgetting fear be a good thing? You know what? I'm like looking at these questions and realizing that I absolutely believe something different. I don't believe that forgetting fear can be a good thing. I don't believe that you have to forget your fear. Overcome your fear, yes. Forget it? Nah. I need to know what may be out there that I'm afraid of so that I can work on that area. Okay? If I am afraid of losing a job, what can I do? I can build up my skill sets. I can build up my network. I can build up my relationships with the job that I have. If I have a fear of being broke, what can I do? I can build up an emergency fund. I can really take comfort in knowing that every dime that comes into my life, I am going to put aside 10% for myself. Okay? I'm going to put aside a penny, because there's no amount too small that can build up to something great. I'm going to put aside $1. I'm going to put aside $5. I'm going to put some money aside to help cushion that fear, because fears are not real. They're imagined. A lot of times we're imagining our worst case scenarios and we're playing that out and we're holding them tight because we want to have something to be afraid of. But we don't have to. But we can overcome. So I would say, don't forget. Focus on overcoming. Question number 5. What ways have you found to earn more money to increase your income? Okay, so the ways that I have found to increase my money, I've actually found these ways long before this pandemic. And that was losing a bit of my comfort, losing a bit of my, I don't know what it's called, maybe privacy, and renting out rooms in my home, in the very home that I live in. And I say that because even when I was doing this, and even when I started to do this, people was like, well, I need my privacy. I need my alone time. I don't trust other people in my space like that. Well, for me, it was a matter of, what do you want? Do you want this so-called privacy? Because I still have privacy. Do you want this so-called alone time? Because I still have alone time. Do you want this? Do you want to walk this planet just not trusting people? Because that's not what I want. What I realize is that for a lot of people, those are just your excuses to stay and remain in your financial situation. I did not want that. I wanted a better financial situation. So I got outside of my comfort zone and I did something that I saw a lot of people doing successfully. And I said, if they can do it successfully and they have all of this luck on their side, why not me too? So I started renting out rooms in my very home that I lived in. It started off with just one room, because again, I had to get used to the streets. I wasn't just going to throw myself in an uncomfortable situation. I had to warm up to it. So I started with one, and now I rent out 3, and actually 4, because my son pays rent as well. So he does not live with me rent free. And sometimes I even rent out a den when I'm booked. At this point, a lot of it is word of mouth, and people who have stayed with me before refer their friends. And sometimes I don't have space and they say, you know what? I will stay in the den until space opens up and we set that price, and it's all good. So that's my main thing that I have done to bring extra income into my experience. Number 6, why is spending less so hard? Y'all know, this ain't my story. I would say for anybody, if spending less is hard, it's because they did not listen to the first advice I gave. Well, not the first advice. What was it? It was the second advice I gave with why saying yes could be good for your budget. See, right there. Spending less is hard because you don't practice telling yourself no. You do not practice the art of delayed gratification, because spending less is not hard. Spending less is hard if you are spoiled. Get over it. Number 7, is being debt-free the cure to a pandemic? I wouldn't say being debt-free is the cure to anything, because even if you are debt-free, you still have other bills, right? You still have other things that you have to pay. So debt-free is not the cure. Being debt-adverse is. I am debt adverse. I do not like debt. I am not willingly taking on debt unless it's part of a great big strategy that I have going on. Not an excuse. Not something that I told myself that I want this now, so we're going to do this, this, and that. No. A strategy for me means that I actually have the money. I actually have the money to pay for this. We're not talking about a big investment like a house, but we're talking about small things, anything under $50,000. I have the money for anything under $50,000, but I may use debt. I may use credit because it's a better financial strategy for my money. But other than that, that's the thing, being debt adverse. You should act like debt is the chicken pox. Avoid that jump, because trust me, my big thing with debt is I just don't like making other people money like that. I don't like making big corporations money like that. Debt is a product where somebody on the other end is getting rich off of the money you are willingly paying them because you cannot wait to have something now. Now, of course, emergencies happen. Things break down, whether it's our cars, whether it is a HVAC system in our home, whether it's a medical emergency. Those things happen, so we're not talking about that. But again, I feel like sometimes we can try to cushion ourselves from those emergencies by saving up an emergency fund or a super plush savings account, which is what I like to think of it as, because my savings isn't just for an emergency. We are not going to emergency shame like that. My savings is so that I can afford to take advantage of opportunity when opportunity pops up, whether that opportunity is a fabulous vacation, whether that opportunity is an amazing investment, whether that opportunity is the opportunity to buy a new HVAC unit, you know. So that's my thing with that. Debt averse. More so than debt-free. Number 8, why is treating yourself actually a good idea? Bing, bing! I agree. Treating yourself is actually a good idea, and this is why. And I've seen this in my life, and I've seen this in so many other lives. When you consistently withhold yourself from something, when you consistently tell yourself no, 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 not just because it's a healthy boundary, but more now because it's an obsession, you have more of a chance of overindulging, of binging. It happens with diets. If I tell myself I'm not eating any sugar, no this, no this, no that, as soon as that day hits where I say, okay, I can eat it now, sometimes I go ham. Or over a little bit of time, like 3 days, I find myself going back into those unhealthy habits because I gave myself too many no's. I restricted myself too much. I feel the same thing with money. When, you know, there's a lot of people who do no spend months, right? So you do a whole no spend, what's this, May, where you're not going to spend any money in May. Then June rolls around. What do? you make up for lost time. You got to go buy all that stuff that you would have bought if you was buying stuff because you deprived yourself. You know, now you need everything. You need all the toilet paper. You need all of this. You need all of that. So now you're overspending because of that deprivation. So I do feel that treating yourself from time to time, not the same thing as giving yourself a willy-nilly yes all the time, but treating yourself from time to time, rewarding yourself. Hey, I hit this goal. Hey, I hit this benchmark. Let me give myself a reward is actually a good thing that can actually keep your spending in check. I told you guys earlier in the video that for me, that's at the end of the month when I see, oh wow, here's all the money I didn't spend. What are we going to buy off of this list that I've been building all month long? What do we get to buy and treat ourselves with now? So guys, these are the answers to my questions, and there's quite a few people actually doing this tag. Let me call them out. Finance Rocks, Lifestyle with Chev, Just Frugal Me, LaShawn's Lifestyle, The Organized Millennial, and The Long Run. So if you can, go check out their videos too. See what sage advice you can get, what wisdom they're passing out. And I wonder if anybody shares the same point of views as me, because I know sometimes my point of views are a little different from the average point of view. So this was fun. Thank you again, Rochelle, over at Healthy Budget Travel Love, for sending me these questions so that I can participate in this as well. Until the next video, guys, don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already a fab, fun, and budget family member. And leave a comment below and talk to me about anything. And if you need me to expound on anything further, let me know, because I know sometimes, again, this was off the cuff, so I know sometimes my ideas can be a little lofty. Next video, guys. Peace.